What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for stopping by Whole Views. Today we're going to talk about Dune, and specifically the spoiler discussion about Dune. I hope I'm not too late to jump into the conversation about this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. We love doing trailer reactions. We love doing movie talks, spoiler reviews, non-spoiler reviews, Fire on Friday. We do all those things. So hit the subscribe button if you like any of those topics. Hit the alerts. Make sure you don't miss anything because I try to upload as regularly as possible. And let's talk about Dune. So Dune 2 was announced last week, and I was very happy to hear that, we're getting the sequel and we're going to get more inside that world. And then shortly after it being announced that Dune 2 was going to be made and going to come out, Denis Villeneuve came out talking about, hey, I want to do a third. And I'm with it. Based on that first one, it was very, very good. But getting into the spoilers and talking specifically to a certain group of people that I stumbled upon in the YouTube community. So my first video got a lot of positive comments, people giving me backstory. My second few videos, I have a lot of people telling me to read the book, and I just have to tell you people, I'm not here to read books. Like, I did a few book review videos. Those were books that people made me read for my job. I don't tend to read for fun. I'm a school teacher, so I read all day. And when I want to relax, I do not read things. Nothing longer than a comic book. The only book that I've ever read the entirety of, and I know that sounds bad coming from a person with a college education, but I've never read a full book. The only book I've ever fully read was the Bible. And that's the only thing that I can say. I'm going to sit down and read a chapter tonight. Or I'm going to read the book of this. Yeah, I'll do that. But like, read Dune? Like, why? There are several movies of Dune. I'm going to watch that. And I'm going to enjoy that. So that's where I stand. I do want to have the discussion though, because I know people know these characters from either reading the books or looking at the old film. So I want to kind of get into it with people and see what are we getting in this second one. First thought, I absolutely loved Josh Brolin in this movie. He was super intense and he was very hands-on with the training of young Paul Atreides. We saw him run out into the fight. We did not see what happened to him. Readers or people who just know the lore, will we get more of the Josh Brolin character? Like, will we get that? Second thing, I also know that Jason Momoa was killed in this one. He did a great job. I like the interaction, the camaraderie with young Paul Atreides. Just a different approach to mentorship than Josh Brolin was. Josh Brolin was intense. Jason Momoa was like the big brother, like, I'm gonna show you the ropes, I'm gonna be out here with you type stuff. I enjoyed Jason Momoa. Now, here's the issue. I know that it's a sequel, so we're not getting any prequels, but could we get flashbacks with more Momoa? I would like to see that. I imagine that we could, because to me, just watching the film, the way things kind of unfolded at the end with Paul and the visions, it kind of seemed as if he saw like alternate timelines. Like, he saw one timeline in which he died and things went one way, and he saw another timeline where it's like, nah, I'm not going to die, I'm going to do this, and then things went a different way. So I don't know. I would like to see more Momoa because I enjoyed his performance. At the same time, I get it if we don't get more Momoa, if they're not doing flashbacks and they're just moving the story forward. So, another big question here. Stellan Skarsgard. Man, that dude was unrecognizable in this movie. First, I didn't even know that he was in it, because after a certain point, I stopped watching trailers. I didn't want anything to be spoiled for me there. So, watching his reveal and like the heavy set with the makeup and all that, like, that was cool. The floating, the levitating, that was great. But my question is, I know that he survived this, the poison attack, barely. I know we're gonna get some more of him, but let's talk about who's above him. They make mention of this emperor who basically set up the House of Atreides. Like, he put these guys in position to fail, and basically pull the rug out from under them and set them up to take a fall. Now, the fall has been taken. Will we get a reveal on who this emperor is? And like, has anybody heard any whispers of who's gonna play this emperor? Haven't really been checking the deadlines and the THR reports or anything like that, so I haven't heard any casting news. I just know that this next one is set to come out 2023, which is a decent amount of time away. But man, I would certainly like to know who's gonna play that character, if we're even getting the Emperor. I would like to see like why you so threatened by the House of Atreides. I know Oscar Isaac made mention like, hey, people look to us for leadership, and that threatens the king or the Emperor. So it would be cool to see more of that dynamic, or where that comes from. Maybe some flashback stuff. I don't know, but I would like to see that, and I would like to see this Emperor. You know, Skarsgard was cool, and more of him too. But let's get some bad guys and see, you know, who's this Emperor, why he's so jealous of the House of Atreides. Criticisms, you know, spoiler-based criticisms. People hyped up Zendaya being in this film. And I get it, you know, she's a pretty young girl and all that stuff. And, you know, she's doing the Tom Holland dating thing. And there's, you know, whispers of the Timothy, you know, friendship and all this stuff. That's fine. All that stuff aside, but like, she really didn't do anything in this movie. I know she's going to be a pivotal character moving forward with like getting Paul acclimated and having him be a part of this world with the Fremen and all that. Like, that's cool. It's great. But just looking at what I'm looking at here, she didn't really do all that. Were you satisfied with Zendaya's performance, or lack thereof, or just the tiny role she played? I didn't feel like she did enough in the movie. Same note on Dave Bautista. Like, the few moments he was on screen, he was intense, and it was, you know, believable. You know, he went through that makeup and all that to do a few lines, but it's like, we have to get more from him moving forward. So who am I naming? I want more from Josh Brolin, maybe some more Momoa. If we get some flashbacks, some Emperor, some Stellan Skarsgård, some more Zendaya. Oh, and some more Dave Bautista. That would be nice to get more of all those characters. This is one of the films, you know, I know it's 2.5 hours. And some people are like, oh, you know, runtime. Runtime didn't feel like a weighty thing at all. I felt like that movie just breezed through from start to finish. I didn't feel like there was a whole bunch of dragging me down with narrative and stuff like that. I thought it was good. Thought it was good in regard to pace. But there's no reason to try to cut back now. You know what I'm saying? Give me 2:45 on this next one. Give me 3 hours on the next one. I'll sit down and watch the whole thing again. Because I think that having a story that's epic as what this appears to be warrants a decent amount of runtime. And if you can pack it with meaningful moments and not just fluff, then why not give me a long movie? So that's kind of where I stand for as far as the sequel goes. Make it long, get all these characters their time to shine, give people their meaning, if there's space for them to be in there, and let's get a long, drawn out story with the Dune. Those are my random kind of thoughts about the movie. I did think the most badass moment to end on in the movie, though, was that last frame of the woman. It appeared like the black woman, the doctor who's kind of like the liaison between the Fremen and the different houses that ruled over this world. But it appeared like it was her riding that big ass worm. That would be so fire if the Fremen actually can control the worms, or at least like harness them in some type of way. That was a badass shot to end on, and it kind of sets up like expectations. Like, hey, you're gonna see some wild stuff in this next one. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to see some wild stuff in the next one, along with very nice character moments for all these characters. And also, even Timothy Chalamet, like, you know, we got the scene that was in the trailers of him, like, flipping and rolling and slicing and dicing some folks. And that was cool. But I would like to see even more from him, like, some more action from him. He's being molded in this first film. He'll probably continue to be molded through the first half of the second film. By the time we get to the end, like, I would like to see some action from that young man. Like, hey, get out here, do some stunts and slice some people up. I know you don't have guns, but, you know, go hand to hand, whip some people. It would be fire. So, yeah, I'm expecting big things, and I'm hoping to see big things. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's all I have for this one. Enjoy yourself. Guard your heart. Please come back and check out more videos.